You know that feeling when someone drives so aggressively you can't decide if they're brave or just reckless? Carson Hocevar just gave us that moment at Atlanta. He put Christopher Bell in the wall, turned Joey Logano around, and still almost won the race. And the craziest part, he admitted afterward that he probably choked.
Fit a car in there. You know, I got such a big run, and he kind of opened it. And as I got there, I felt like there was a hole. But as he, I got there so fast that I'm sure it was by all means closed by the time I got there. So, yeah, I mean, I don't mean to tear them up, obviously, but at the same time, I felt like that move was probably going to win us the race last year, and it just happened in the same car. So I felt like if I got an opportunity, I was going to shoot for it, and felt like with the push that Ross gave me, there was a shot there.
Let's talk about what happened at EchoPark Speedway on Sunday, because Carson Hocevar turned this race into his personal highlight reel, and not everyone's happy about it. Lap 266, restart. Hocevar sitting behind Christopher Bell on the front row. Ross Chastain is pushing him from behind like a freight train. Most drivers would play it safe here. Wait for a better opportunity, not Hocevar. He sees a gap between Bell and Bubba Wallace. Maybe it's wide enough for a car, maybe it's not. He goes for it anyway. What happens next? Bell gets squeezed, loses control, nose first into the outer wall. His front end is absolutely destroyed. Race over. And Hocevar? He drives away clean and finds himself on the front row for the next restart. After the race, Bell kept his cool.
Unfortunately, you got me a little too early because I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut until I see a replay. Yeah.
But you could hear it in his voice. The frustration, the disbelief. Hocevar didn't hide from it. I mean, I fit a car in there, I got such a big run, and he kind of opened it, and as I got there, I felt like there was a hole. But I got there so fast that I'm sure it was by all means closed by the time I got there. He saw an opportunity that lasted maybe half a second and decided that was enough. Here's the thing, this wasn't random chaos. Hocevar had history with Bell at this exact track. Last year's spring race came down to a photo finish between them. Bell won. That loss has been sitting in Hocevar's head for a full year. So when he got that massive push from Chastain and saw what looked like a sliver of daylight, his brain made a split-second calculation. I felt like that move was probably going to win us the race last year, and it just happened to be the same car. Think about that. He's been replaying last year's finish for 365 days, imagining what he could have done differently. And when a similar moment showed up, he didn't hesitate. Bell paid the price. But that wasn't even the only contact. Earlier in the day, Hocevar spun Joey Logano with 22 laps to go. After the race, he didn't make excuses.
And I turned Joey, I didn't mean to do that. I think he got stuck in dirty air. To me, great racing excuse there, and saying it's not my fault, but it definitely was. And I was just looking at my mirror the whole time, thought I calculated the gap up front, and I missed it by an inch or two. So, I owe him, a gift card or two.
A gift card. That's how you apologize for wrecking a former Cup Series champion. He also ran into Ryan Blaney, putting both of them in the wall. I do owe him an apology at some point because I think I ran us both in the wall. 3 incidents, 3 different drivers, all in one race. And here's what makes this complicated. Despite all that contact, Hocevar finished 4th. Not because he got lucky, because he fought for it. The race started rough. Flat tire early while running inside the top 5. Lost a lap. Then his right side window blew out. Lost another lap. He was 2 laps down with his race looking completely cooked. But he clawed back, scored 2 free passes to get back on the lead lap, earned stage points, and when the race came down to the final restarts, he was right there fighting for the win. On the last restart in double overtime, Hocevar was on the front row, 2 Chevrolet teammates behind him, best position, best shot at his first Cup Series win. And then he got hung out on the restart and dropped to 4th. I mean, I choked. That's what he said after the race. No sugarcoating it, no blaming anyone else, just raw honesty. But let's zoom out. Hocevar came from 2 laps down, battled through multiple incidents, and still finished 4th. 1 week after leading the Daytona 500 at the white flag before crashing. 2 weeks into the season, he's sitting 4th in the driver standings, 51 points behind leader Tyler Reddick. For a 23-year-old in his 3rd Cup Series season driving for Spire Motorsports, that's a statement. Hocevar said he felt like he'd been more patient this race. I was sitting there riding around for a while and biding my time, more patient, more precise, and still involved in 3 separate incidents. He also compared Atlanta to a video game. It's like a video game, and I play a lot of those. Confidence is really big here, and it worked out today. Now let's talk about Shane van Gisbergen. Because while Hocevar was causing chaos, SVG was quietly putting together the best oval finish of his Cup career. Despite spinning twice. The guy spun out twice, went off-roading through the infield grass twice, and still finished 6th. SVG started outside the top 20 but worked his way forward. By the end of stage 2, he was running 3rd, battling Kyle Larson for stage points. Coming to the finish line, SVG tried to make a last-second pass on Larson. But Larson came all the way down the track and drove straight across SVG's nose. SVG spun wildly into the infield. Larson crashed hard into the outside wall. After climbing out, Larson took full blame. "Yeah, I just screwed up. I didn't quite realize that the 97 had gotten inside of him, so once I was clear, I just wanted to shortcut my way to the finish of the stage. I hung a quick left and ran right into him. All on me." But SVG didn't let it ruin his day. He fought back toward the top 10, then spun again on his own, exiting turn 4. Another trip through the grass. Not SVG. He kept pushing. When the late cautions came out, he pitted for fresh tires. With better grip, he carved forward. By the final overtime restart, he was restarting 7th. At the white flag, he was running 4th. He pushed up in the final corner. Carson Hocevar and Daniel Suarez snuck by. He dropped to 6th. But 6th was still his best oval finish in Cup, better than his previous best of 10th at Kansas. And the points matter. After finishing 30th at Daytona and sitting 28th in the standings, this result launched him to 16th in points. That's huge, because at the end of race 26, the top 16 drivers advance into the chase under NASCAR's 2026 championship format. SVG just put himself right in the mix. So here's where we're at. Carson Hocevar is 4th in points after 2 weeks, driving like someone who believes he belongs at the front and isn't afraid to make enemies to get there. Shane van Gisbergen spun twice and still cracked the top 10 in points. And Christopher Bell and Joey Logano are probably making notes for the next time they see Hocevar on track. This season is 2 races deep, and if Hocevar keeps racing like this, we're going to see a lot more gift cards getting handed out in the garage.
You can't run as fast as he's running, being up front as much as he's up front, without eventually winning. He's with a team that's on a rise. He is on the rise. And so it's just a matter of time. Absolutely just a superstar when it comes to actual raw talent. When he figures out how to harness that and pick and choose the moments where he is aggressive, he's going to put it all together and just be the next whoever. You know, there's 5 to 6 elite drivers in this field. He can be one of those 5 or 6 very easily when he puts it all together.